Welcome back! In the first video, I showed you what the storefront is, what you can do with it, and what the technical background is, i.e. which tools are behind it. And I can imagine that you are already keen to jump into the code and work with the storefront. And that's exactly what this video will be about. I will show you how to set up the storefront locally and what you need to be able to work with it. First, you need the code. Below the video, you will find a link to our public repository, the Storefront Starter Kit. You just have to clone it in the way you like. You can download via HTTPS, SSH, or as a zip, whichever you prefer. In addition to the code, it also requires the runtime environment on your local device. That's the only requirement we have to be able to run the tool. And that is Node.js. If this is new for you and Node.js is not installed yet, or you do not know how to do it, I strongly recommend you to take a look at the Node Version Manager, in short, NVM. You can find the link below the video. With this tool, it's really easy to run different Node.js versions locally and also to switch between different Node.js versions in different projects. I personally use it quite often and can absolutely recommend it. And if you're not sure which Node.js version you should use, just take a quick look at our storefront documentation. In the prerequisites, Node.js is listed as version 16.13.0. This version is not a hard requirement. You can use a more recent or an older version, but from our side, the code is tested and guaranteed to work smoothly out of the box with this exact Node.js version. Speaking of documentation, you can also find the link to that in the description below. In this documentation, you will find a lot of what is discussed in the videos. With the code and Node.js, you should have everything to be able to work. I hope you've already cloned the repository in the meantime. I've already prepared that before starting. I opened it in my editor to take a look at the code, and what I have to do now to really be able to start working are 3 more things. The very first thing is to install the dependencies. That means I'm running npm CI in the terminal. This will install the dependencies I've defined in my package.json. Why npm CI and not npm install? With npm CI, the exact versions of the packages are installed that we have defined in the packagelock.json. The npm install refers to what is defined in the package.json, and it can sometimes happen that a more recent version is installed during the installation. Usually, that won't be an issue, but if an error has been passed with a package or a bug slithered its way in, then we don't want to just install it into our project. The reason behind that is, when we deploy the storefront, we have a deployment process that installs the dependencies. That means we won't track the node modules folder in Git. We only track the packagelock.json to then install dependencies during the deployment process. Since we don't want packages to be shipped to a live production system that weren't tested yet, we always use npm CI just to be safe. That means for you, if you want to update a package because you need a more recent version of React.js or something else, then do the update locally and track the change in this packagelock.json. While I've been speaking, the installation has already been completed. I see I also have a local node modules folder, and with that, I've already done 1 of 3 steps. The next thing I need is a local environment configuration of the storefront. This configuration will not be tracked, since it differs between projects. That's why we only shipped a small configuration example in the .env.example. For this video series, only the top lines with the Makaira API URL, the API instance, and the asset URL are relevant. The API URL is the domain to the Makaira account, which you should ideally already have. The Makaira API instance is the instance in your domain that you want to access, and the asset URL is the URL to the Amazon S3 bucket. In Makaira, you have 2 options for your assets, meaning the pictures you can upload via the page editor to be saved. One option is to save them in an Amazon S3 bucket. The other option is to use Cloudinary. Our clear recommendation for production is Cloudinary, because with Cloudinary you have many more possibilities to load images for the front end in the right sizes, to transform them into formats optimized to the used browser, and so on. For this demo, however, I will use Amazon S3 bucket. I have already created a local configuration. I have changed 3 entries. I entered demo.makaira.io as the API URL. Within this domain, I would like to use the storefront instance and have also made an entry for the asset URL. And with that, I have now fulfilled all the requirements to run the storefront. Now the last thing I have to do is just type npm run dev. Wait a few seconds until it says ready on localhost port 5000 down here. This is the default port that the Storefront will use on your local machine, and when I click it, I can see the result. I see a landing page and can do things as I've already shown in the first video. And what I basically did is tell the Storefront using the configuration, "Dear Storefront, please get the data from the demo.makaira.io for the Storefront instance." This is what the configuration is for, so that the Storefront also knows where to get the data from. That would be it for now. One more thing to demonstrate. I'm going to locally turn the Storefront off again. I basically cancel the process, reload the page, and see no connection because there is no process running on the port. If I'll start the whole process again, it only takes a few seconds until the Storefront is up and running again. As you can see, installing and setting up the Storefront only takes a few minutes if you have all the necessary information. And you don't have any other dependencies besides Node.js either. You don't need Docker, you don't need Vagrant, you don't need VirtualBox, you don't need any of those things. You just need the code, Node.js, and the appropriate configuration, and then you can start right away. That brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, we'll actually take a closer look at the code, and I'll walk you through some core concepts about how the Storefront works and what the flow of data to Makaira is all about.